When people is going to do the session, I ask them to be conscious of breathing through the nose, so they maximize the oxygen intake. And this basically helps to reduce the oxidative stress of our cells by bringing oxygen.
And cold plunging is intimidating for a lot of people, so cryo is another great option that people can try.
We do the sessions around 144 to 160, but that's a good enough temperature to sweat, because your body is hot inside, that starts sweating like a lot.
You're adding the addition of the red light to promote the heat internally.
Spoke to him so secure about how cryotherapy is good, that nothing happened to her, that he said, okay, I'm just going to do it only because
she convinced him.
Yes.
Hey guys, welcome to the podcast, I Need More From You. I'm your host, Dr. Kristin Oakes. This podcast is meant to be both educational and entertaining. We're diving into all things health and wellness along with life, because let's be honest, we all have more to give. Just real talk, real life. This is your space for laughs, learning, and leveling up. So buckle up and let's thrive. No excuses.
Hey guys, welcome to this week's episode of I Need More From You. We've got Karla from the Cove, Miami joining us today. Karla, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thanks to you for inviting me. I'm so excited about this.
Yes, I'm super excited that ran into you and you're actually joining us on the podcast today. So I just want to start with, how did you even get into the wellness space?
I'm from Colombia.
Okay.
My family has been in the wellness business since I was little. So I grew up learning about wellness. And my background really is in technology. Because
really?
Because that's why I decided to study as a professional life, even when for professional growth, but I grew up with a wellness background, surrounded by the wellness industry. So I have the background in both.
Amazing. So did you grow up in Colombia or here in Miami?
In Colombia.
You grew up in Colombia.
Yeah.
Okay. When did you come to Miami?
Actually, I came here after right before pandemic.
Really? Of all the times?
2019.
Okay.
Yes, I worked for a beauty company during 9 years in the technology field. But I was always next to the wellness with my family. And but then in 2019, I quit from my job.
You're like, I'm done with this.
Kind of. My parents were sick.
Okay.
Both of them. First, my dad, he got cancer.
Oh, no, I'm so sorry to hear that.
And then my mom. So, and pandemic happens. I never expected this to happen. I just quit because I needed to I wanted to be close to them. We were moving here with my husband. We were in Peru before.
Okay.
But I kind of took this forced sabbatical because of pandemic, but I thank God that I had this sabbatical because I had the opportunity to take care of my parents, and obviously that made me get closer to the wellness part, because I started learning or doing research and growing all my knowledge as they were going through this process to find alternatives for cancer.
That was going to be my next thing. So did you go a more holistic approach with the cancer, or
both.
just kind of you combine both modalities?
Yeah, we did both. I feel and I don't reject the traditional Western medicine because of course there's a lot of studies, there's things that works, but I think that as much as you can do to prevent and not put too much medicines on your body, because that creates always a secondary effect. That's better.
I love how you say that, a secondary effect.
Yes. So we combine with my parents both modalities. and like doing all like to boost the immunity, so they will be able to take the the chemo. Yes, so that's why like we did the combination of both. Yes,
beautiful. So you grew up around wellness. You were working in technology. You left your technology world to care for your parents, and then you decided to take a venture and open the Cove, or how did that happen?
So after both my parents passed away, unfortunately, I came back here in the end of 2021, and I have 2 kids. So my husband and I decided, we need like some time for the kids as well. My husband has a full-time job, so I wanted to be closer to my kids, enjoy them,
Of course.
sometimes that changed the perspective of life. And after losing my parents, going through the grief, so you realize that you have to
what your priorities are.
Yes. So I was like the life or the job that I had before, it was a lot of time consuming. I had to travel. It was intense. So so we decided like, okay, let's, for me, at least take another road for now, another path. And I was thinking like, okay, let's see if I start again like in the technology field or the wellness field, do the background, and I start looking for options for a business, like maybe just already established. So I will just take my career path from that standpoint. And I found the Cove. It was previously established from another Colombian lady.
Really?
Yes.
Okay, so there's some similarities here.
Yes, actually, it's like those things that you say, yeah, this is coming from God, to be honest.
That's
because
beautiful.
There's a beautiful life like story behind that. And so we found the Cove, and I truly fell in love of the business.
You're like, this is it. This is me.
Yeah, I don't need to look for anything
Yep.
else. And she also made like we made a beautiful connection. Actually, we're still friends.
That's awesome.
And yeah, like initially it was like only cryotherapy boutique.
Yeah, let's talk about that, because people don't know what the Cove is. So what is the Cove?
So now it's a wellness boutique.
Okay.
Where you will find like different modalities to improve your health overall.
Okay.
Like,
So it started as just cryotherapy.
Yes.
And then you just have transformed it to kind of expand the different service offerings for, different options.
yes, exactly. It's like you can go to one place and have a buffet of
All the
wellness
things.
treatments. Yes.
Okay, I love
And
that.
obviously, not every day you need everything. So I like to like help people to decide based on how they're feeling, what do they need. So
What do they need? Okay,
yeah.
so let's talk about some of the different service offerings that you have at the Cove.
So we have the main series, whole body cryotherapy.
Okay, whole body cryotherapy. A lot of people don't even know what cryotherapy is. So let's just talk about that. What is cryotherapy?
Oh, well, cryotherapy is like immersion, like cold therapy.
Okay.
I will say is like
Okay.
the literal translation. So you basically go in a cryo chamber during 3 minutes, around 3 to 4 minutes.
3 to
Yes.
4 minutes.
Yeah,
How
3
cold
to
is
4
it?
minutes. It can go between minus 90 to minus 189 Fahrenheit, but don't get scared. It's dry cold.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
Yeah, sometimes I don't like to say the number because people get scared. It's something like I will talk a little bit later.
Okay.
But yeah, it's just a number.
Okay.
So this exposure to the cold activates so many biological processes to improve your sleep, to give you more energy, to boost your metabolism, your immunity. It helps even with anxiety, with mood disorders. It has a bunch of benefits.
So I know more about cold plunging than I do with cryotherapy. So would you say the modalities and, all the benefits of cold plunging and cryo go hand in hand?
Yeah, pretty much the same, like in terms
Just
of
a different
benefits.
experience.
I will say 2 things about I do both. I'm not against and I'm not against any like wellness modality because all of them works. It's just for
Different
every
ways.
person. Yes, for every person it's different. I will say for cold plunge, you need to be more mentally prepared. Like you need
Right.
the submersion in the water, the contact with the water. The water takes away the heat from your body because of thermodynamic law.
Right.
So it takes away the heat from your body, from your vitals. So even when you get out, you need to know how to breathe, to go back to your normal temperature. And it can take a little bit longer, but it's good too. It's also a mental work.
It's a mental work. It's like, you know, the mental warfare that you go through, and you just build so much resilience and grit, you know, toughness of getting in that water and being able to handle it. So I was curious because I've never tried cryo before. So
you should.
So I want to, and I'm going to try it.
Yes, we're going to
try it. But I just kind of wanted to, you know the difference between cold plunging and cryo. So besides the mental game, what else would you say?
Beyond the mental game, the body recovers a little bit faster from the cryotherapy.
Okay.
Because of the body immediately, in matter of 1-2 minutes, the body is already like working on really, like on the recovery.
Because you said it's dry, right?
It's dry, cold, yes.
So I'm not going to be wet because it's just cold air.
Yeah. I mean, obviously there is like the other difference are like you are never going to get wet. You just go in and out. You change your clothes. You get exposed like in underwear or sitting, like the bed.
Undergarments,
whatever.
Okay.
So you never get wet. You just go in and out. That's it. You're done.
Wow.
In 3 minutes, yes.
Okay.
Which is like people like it a lot because of that. In cold plunge, you have to prepare.
It's a process, right?
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
But both are good. I like both.
Okay, so when it comes to cryotherapy, is there any, you know, certain types of people that would benefit from it more, like specifically for athletes, or what would you say? I guess kind of chronic conditions. Who would benefit most from cryotherapy?
Well, people think sometimes that it's only for athletes and people who does work out. But I would say like everyone can benefit from cryotherapy. Who cannot benefit from a cold shower? Everyone.
Right.
Yeah, it's pretty much that experience because it helps with the energy, with the immunity, with the metabolism, even with the stress, with headaches. It's like kind of resets your body. So I have people with immune system conditions like fibromyalgia, autoimmune, people with arthritis, or just
those are very common ailments,
yes.
right? So a lot of people suffer from those sort of things. So and cold plunging is intimidating for a lot of people. So cryo is another great option that, you know, people can try.
Yeah, so and one thing that makes it easier is that you have your hands and foot cover. Okay. So it kind of like makes it like more tolerable. Okay. Probably. Yeah, so it's uncomfortable, of course. That's what you want, but it's not like painful or
Okay, so you know, whenever you're cold plunging, right? You know how you get the pins and needles like starting your feet and your legs. Is that similar experience?
It is because that's part of the vasoconstriction.
Vasoconstriction, right.
Yeah, it's normal. Okay. But this is start cooling down from outside to inside, like the blood rush from the extremities to your vitals to keep you warm. That's like the instinct. To
protect those life organs.
Exactly. That's the vital organs need to be warm. So you start feeling the cold always first in the extremities. And the blood start like getting like back.
Right.
So that's when you start feeling that like that needle sensation. But when you step out of the cryo chamber, you immediately feel how the blood rush all through your body, like to warm it up. That's when all the benefits start, really.
You get like that post-cryo mood boost kind of like high sensation, right?
Yeah,
because of those endorphins, the adrenaline, your dopamine surge.
Yes, and actually, like the first thing that you feel when you step out of the cryo is like your body, it's lighter. Like you feel like relief. Yes, exactly. Like when I ask people how you're feeling, they feel like, oh my God, I feel so much better. Like the relief and you can feel how the blood start like rushing.
That's awesome.
With oxygen, nutrients, and like the body starts and activates this recovery phase of your body.
I love that. Okay, I'm excited to try it.
Yeah, you will love it.
You know, I always get kind of nervous about anything with cold. My family calls me a lizard. They're like, Mom, you just love the heat. Like, I do love the heat, you know, so.
You're a Miami girl.
I'm just kidding. I am a Miami girl. I was born in Dallas, Texas. Okay. You know, it's really hot there too, but it also is really cold. So it can get really cold, I should say. So that's part of the reasons why we love Miami so much, because the weather here is just amazing.
Yeah, the winter is only 2 weeks.
Right. So I am a lizard. I love the hot definitely more than the cold, but I love with, the aspect of cryotherapy is that I'm not going to be submerged in water and I'm not going to be soaking wet, right?
Yeah. And so many people, after doing cold plunge, the body is still shaking, which is like their natural reaction. This involuntary movement of the muscles is the way the body try to heat up again.
Right.
Or the shivering, it's normal. It's normal. It's the way the body try to heat up. In the cryo, it doesn't happen. Like you step out, of course, you feel cold, but the body starts warming up really
you
fast.
Adjust faster.
Yes, really fast.
That's really cool. So some of the different benefits of cryotherapy, you said it's great for people with autoimmune conditions. It's great for those with fibromyalgia, with injuries. What else did you say? Arthritis. Okay. Actually, athletes too, of course.
Yes.
But other, regular, everyday people, everyone can benefit from some sort of cold exposure.
Yeah, the full people who does workouts. Like I have had people who go, they're running marathons, so they're preparing, so they need to speed up their recovery.
Absolutely.
I have people who, they have a busy life. They're like professionals, they work, they are like burnt out.
It's only a couple of minutes that you can go in there, right?
Yeah, it's just in and out. When the first appointment is the longest one because sometimes
you're in your head.
Yeah, because people it's scared, which is like again like something a myth about cryo. I'm surprised how many people come to Cove saying no. Asking and saying no, but I'm scared to do it. Actually, I had one case. I have a 12-year-old girl, and she knows obviously about the business. Like when you're growing the
So your daughter's 12.
Yeah, I have two.
Okay.
One is 12 and the other one's going to turn 5 soon.
Wow. Okay. My oldest daughter, she's 12.
Oh.
And then one of my sons, he's 5.
Yeah.
So I'm relating with your 12-year-old right now because I'm thinking of Lily. So, okay, what did she say?
So she knows a lot, like the cryo and the business and everything.
Yes.
She knows like the benefits. Actually, and one day she was with me and there's this customer that came inside and he was asking, but he was like saying, no, but I'm scared. I'm fear. I'm like, and it was like, no, and she has done it. Like she started doing 1 minute, then 1 minute and a half.
I think that's so important.
Then
I love that.
The 3 minutes.
Yes.
And then now she talks to people, say, I do the cryo. Like I have done the cryo, nothing happens, not scared. And she was scared, obviously, at the beginning. She's a kid. So,
yeah, of course.
But then she spoke to him like so secure about like how cryotherapy is good, that nothing happened to her, that he said, okay, I'm just going to do it only because
she convinced him.
Yes. And I'm surprised like how people come scared. But it's and I tell people nothing bad is going to happen. It's just cold. Think that you are going like very light clothes in the winter.
Yeah.
You get cold, but nothing. If something happens, you just stop and get out of the chamber, and that's it.
It's like you're locked in.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. It's nothing like you're not going to be able to escape or anything.
Yeah.
You're going to be fine. And of course, we do experience, which can be a little bit different from other studios. We are always with the person there, like talking to them, like guiding the session. The machine has an operational system like every 30 seconds. We have to check if the person is okay. So it's totally safe to do, like because other myths are like it's dangerous. Nothing to do with it.
Okay, so myths with cryotherapy. You said, let's just bust what is common cryotherapy myths. What would you say, something that you hear often? You don't want to get, they're afraid of being locked in a chamber. It's not locked in a chamber.
Yeah,
people can get out anytime. What was the other myth that you said?
The other myth is like, it's dangerous.
It's dangerous, right. Okay.
It's dangerous. It's not. Of course, there's contraindications like everything. People with heart conditions, we do not recommend to do it because the heart rate will increase naturally.
And the changes in your vasculature,
right? So we don't want to create any pressure on a person with heart conditions because we don't know what is going to cause.
You don't know the extent of their heart conditions, right?
So we don't want that. Obviously, pregnant women, like specific things, but not like for a person with like regular health or with this kind of conditions that actually are beneficial for. Yeah, so it's not dangerous. You're not going to. Nothing's going to happen. Yeah, nothing bad.
Amazing. Okay, I love that. So
and the fear.
And the fear. The fear is a big thing.
It's just I think the word fear is big. It's like you have fear of, I don't know, like dying or something that is like really dangerous. This is not. This is just maybe like, I'm going to be uncomfortable in the cold, but not fear. I want people to
stop using fear and get more used to like, you're going to be uncomfortable.
Yeah, you're going to be
uncomfortable. But it's okay for you to be uncomfortable, right? We grow in those uncomfortable situations. So we talked about that mental toughness, right? This is a different experience, and there's so many amazing benefits that come from cold therapy exposure that I think just embracing that moment of uncomfortableness, because you're going to be getting so many benefits on the other side of it, right?
Yes.
It's not like you're doing harm to your body. You're helping your body repair, recover, really rejuvenate and feel so much better afterwards.
Yes, exactly.
So I'm excited to try cryotherapy. This is going to be super fun. Okay, so besides cryotherapy, what else do you offer at the Cove?
So we have infrared sauna.
Obsessed. Yes. Okay. What else?
The compression boots.
Okay.
We have a lymphatic drainage suit, which is presotherapy. We have oxygen therapy.
Amazing.
Salt therapy.
Okay.
We have a couple of beauty treatments for facial rejuvenation, body contouring, but everything is non-invasive. Like the concept that we have at Cove, which I like to highlight, which came with this Cove 2.0.
Cove 2.0. I like that. New spin on things.
So and this Cove 2.0, the concept basically that I like to highlight is that we use temperature, both hot and cold, electromagnetism, sound, light, and salt. There are basically natural elements from the nature to activate the biophysics, to alter the biology of the body. So you are creating the conditions for the body to heal itself. You are not changing anything with like chemicals or anything. Right. You are just activating your body to heal itself, which we have the power to do it. We just need to create the conditions. So that's why we have all these treatments that you see are non-invasive, are pain-free, and it helps to improve your health overall.
I love that. I love the different elements. I love chemical-free, more natural modalities. So I want to talk about the sauna because I'm obsessed with the sauna. I think there's so many amazing benefits. And so at the Cove, it's an infrared sauna.
Yeah, it's an infrared sauna.
Okay, so let's talk about sauna life. Tell me about your infrared sauna.
So basically the infrared, it's a light, it's a wave that penetrates our body. That we cannot see it, but we can feel it as a heat. So it has the power to penetrate up to your muscle. So it hits your body from inside to outside compared to the regular sauna that hits the air around you. It's a little bit more humid. So you don't need to be to these high temperatures to warm up your body inside. Okay. So that's the biggest difference. So
it doesn't have to be as hot.
Yes, it doesn't need to be as hot. Because sometimes people ask me, like, what's the temperature that your sauna reaches? And we do the sessions around 144 to 160, but that's a good enough temperature to sweat because your body is hot inside that starts sweating like a lot.
You're adding the addition of the red light to promote the heat internally.
Yeah, the red light is a little bit different. The infrared is the light that is
you can't see it.
You cannot see it because it's under red. Red is the one that you can see, but we have also benefits of the red light. The red light is not as powerful. It cannot penetrate as the infrared. Okay. But the red light has benefits for the skin and for cellular level.
Yes.
To rejuvenate your skin, to regenerate your cells at the mitochondrial level. So
I love that.
So both are really good. This sauna has both, has red light and infrared, but we have also separate red light panel, which is more intense.
Wow. Okay, so the red light panels, are those a part of the sauna, or that would be a separate service?
No, so the sauna has panels, but the intensity, the frequency is not too intense in the infrared, that we have a separate red light panel that you can put it and you're going to be exposed to the red light.
That.
So we do it like separately because you want to target something specifically. But we have both.
That's amazing. Okay, so benefits for the sauna. What would you say, like how many sessions would you tell your clients that they should be doing cryo or doing sauna therapy throughout the week?
If you have never done or you are not doing anything right now for like a wellness or to recover your body, you want to start at least 1 month doing 2 to 3 times per week. Okay, and then you can do less sessions, probably once or twice a week, but keep it like consistent. Yes. So you want to be part of and you're going to feel it. Like your body will ask you to do it.
Please. You start to crave it.
But as everything, having this good habit, you want to do it at least 1 month consistently, so your body will start feeling the change. It's like the gym.
I can't just go to the gym once and expect the results, right? I have to be consistent with it.
Exactly the same.
Okay, so let's talk about some of the benefits for the infrared sauna.
So the main one is to get like detoxification, because we need to sweat out.
Detox. We're surrounded by so many toxins, right? Okay, so detoxing from heavy metals, the food, everything. We need to sweat out all those toxins. It helps the heart health, because it opens up your blood vessels, so it circulates your entire blood. So again, when you have oxygenated blood in your body, everything works well. We need oxygen to live, right?
We need oxygen. Oxygen is life.
It's life.
It helps with the sleep. It helps also with the muscle recovery, because you're heating up your muscles. It helps to relieve any soreness. And the skin benefits.
I feel like the skin benefits are huge. Like I notice such a difference in my skin whenever I'm consistent with going to the sauna.
Yes.
We have a dry sauna. We don't have an infrared one, but I just can see such a difference from, going to the sauna a few times per week just in my overall skin health. So I know firsthand just the amazing benefits of regular sauna use can do whenever you are struggling with acne and different skin elements.
Yeah, and actually, the skin is the biggest organ that we have.
The biggest,
in the body.
sister. Yes.
People don't know that it's an organ. The skin is an organ, and we sometimes forget about the skin. We don't even use sunscreen. We don't apply nothing to protect the skin. And of course, it manifests anything that is inside.
It's going to
manifest on the skin. So that's why you see benefits from when you do infrared sauna, because you're having healthier inside. You will going to see it outside.
Absolutely. Okay, I love that. So I'm obsessed with the sauna. Cryotherapy, we're going to get on board. We're going to try this out. Okay, what are your thoughts on contrast therapy with hot and cold?
It's the best. Actually, we do many times a year. There's a special for people to try the contrast because when you go exposed to the cold, then and in cold we do it this way because
explain this to us.
Yeah, because some people do first the heat, then the cold, and alternate. We do it first the cold, then the heat. One of the main reasons is because of the dry cold. You don't want to get burned skin because of the humidity. So we start first with the cold.
Because you're going to be all sweaty after the sauna,
so
right?
Safety first. Yes.
Absolutely.
But also when you're in the cold, your blood vessels get contracted. And naturally when you step out, your blood vessels are going to expand. Yes. And when you go into the sauna, it opens up even more. So you're forcing the blood circulation. So it boosts the results of both of the treatments when we do it.
I love that. Yes. Okay. So contrast therapy, that's really huge, very popular right now. So I love that you have both options at the Cove so people can experience the contrast therapy. When I talk about contrast therapy, I just like to, for people to think about it, you have 3 different types of muscle in your body, right? So you have skeletal muscle that everybody can see. You have your cardiac muscle, and then you also have smooth muscle, which is that vasculature system that you keep talking about. So when you go from, the cold and hot therapy, this contrast therapy, you're really exercising that smooth vascular system, and then you're exercising your arteries, right? So that's so important for overall circulation, for helping just, angiogenesis, restimulation of, old injuries, promoting growth factors, blood flow, oxygenation, just so many amazing benefits. So
yeah, and I feel also sometimes we don't realize that our blood gets stuck.
And it's not flowing like it should, right?
Yes, and sometimes we don't realize that. And this helps to push all the blood.
Not be so sluggish, right?
Yes, so that's one of the things that we want. Both of the treatment does, improve the blood circulation, move the blood.
Right, we're exercising that smooth muscle vasculature
Yeah.
that people often forget about.
Yeah.
Because you can see skeletal muscle, so that's easy. And then everybody thinks about their heart, but you don't really think about that other component, that you have that
that's so
smooth
true.
muscle. So
Yeah, that's so true.
that's awesome. Okay, you talked about salt therapy. What is salt therapy?
Oh, wow.
What is this?
Wow. I'm surprised many people don't know what.
I don't know what salt
even
therapy is.
exists. And that, to be honest, should be more popular because we all need it. We all need it. And the reason why is because we all get colds. We all get sinus. We all get all these things.
Yes.
Salt therapy is basically it's called halotherapy, called like the technical name, halotherapy, which is a salt. So you basically breathe like a salt mist on the air.
A salt mist.
Yes.
Kind of like a saline solution?
No, it's a different type of salt. It's a different pharmaceutical salt grade, different from the saline solution that you
use like when you have boogers for the babies.
It's a little bit different, like the grade of pharmaceutical salt, and it's used inside a room, there is salt caves or rooms which are bigger.
Heard of that before.
Yeah, it's or bigger. Maybe you need to be there like a little bit longer time to breathe enough. Sorry. But it's good too, because if you want to do, I don't know, like yoga, meditation or something in the salt room, it's amazing.
That sounds amazing.
It's just for people with busy lives. We do like in a small.
We gotta be efficient, Karla. We need efficiency, okay?
Yeah. So here we do it in the small cabin as well.
Okay.
So we have the halo generator that spreads the salt mist around you.
Wow.
Ideally, you go like in underwear as well. So the salt sticks into your skin to help with skin allergies like eczema, psoriasis. The salt is a natural antibacterial. So it helps to clear. And let me tell you the story for why we have the halotherapy.
Okay, let's go.
My kids had eczema.
Okay.
And for some reason, they had never got like that. When we came here to Miami, one day they both got eczema. So I took them to doctor, like applying like all these steroids, everything, because I didn't even know what was that. Then I started my holistic approach, and I'm okay. Let's look for like a solution in this, and I found the halotherapy.
Okay.
I said, okay, I'll get it for my kids. Then I said, okay. Of course, we're going to make it part of the business, and it helped. Like they cleared the eczema with.
That's
amazing. Also, that's one thing, but the other one, which like everyone needs it, it's for the respiratory allergies or the cold, the flu, sinus, because you breathe this salt mist. So it clears all the bacteria in your respiratory system.
Wow.
So it's impressive. I do every time you have 5 kids, so you know that every time they go to school, they come back with like the virus of the week.
You're passing something, right? What's the flavor this week?
Yes, I know. So when they start getting something, I put them inside the salt room, like the chamber. They do it, and the next day they're good to go.
How long would you have to be in there?
It's
20 minutes?
Yes.
Okay.
It's 20 minutes. So you just basically breathe this. It's also recommended when you're going to have a trip and you're going to go into a flight.
Airplane.
Yeah, because that's the place where you get more exposure to viral infections.
Okay.
So it's really good to boost your immunity, to be protected. But yeah, I have had many customers, which I recommend, do the halotherapy, but I like to combine it with the sauna, which is the benefit. In Cove, we do it inside the sauna.
This just sounds amazing. Yeah,
we do it inside the sauna. And one thing that the sauna does, it is when you're sick, we don't put it too hot. We just put it in a temperature that simulates that your body's having fever. Because the fever kills. It's the way our body
That's how
kills.
we're naturally defending against whatever we're going through.
So we put a little bit of the infrared to make sure your body's like overheat. Obviously, you cannot do sauna if you're already having fever. That's like a contraindication. Yeah, but if you're not, you're just having the congestion. So you go there. We do the warm up the sun a little bit. We put the spread of the mist of the halotherapy, and I have had people don't even know that happens. They are like, oh wow! The next day they're clear.
They feel so much better.
They feel like all is gone.
I love that. I didn't even know that was a way to, heal that element. And I love for skin, you said eczema, psoriasis, allergies, illnesses. What about asthma?
Yeah, it helps too.
Okay.
It helps. Obviously, you have to do it more in a more
frequently,
regular basis.
Okay.
Yeah.
So for the halotherapy, you definitely recommend before you're traveling, getting on an airplane, or if you feel like you're coming down with a cold or something, definitely do a halotherapy. And in your experience, you've seen the best results whenever you combine that with, the sauna.
Yes.
Amazing.
Yes, but you can do it without it.
You can do it without it.
Yeah,
okay, cool. I love that.
Really
so now I've learned about salt therapy. Okay, what else do you said lymphatic drainage or
lymphatic drainage, oxygen.
So how do you combo the oxygen? What are you doing with oxygen therapy?
We just put it's a device that takes the molecule of the oxygen from the water and it energizes the molecule. It's different from the hyperbaric because many people ask me about it. Both are good, but they have different purposes.
Right.
The oxygen, this one, you breathe up pure and energized oxygen, especially because the air that we breathe is contaminated. Most of the time we are mouth breathers.
Breathers. Yes, we don't.
We don't breathe through our nose. So it's something when people is going to do the session, I ask them to be conscious of breathing through the nose so they maximize the oxygen intake. And this basically helps to reduce the oxidative stress of our cells by bringing oxygen. So it's basically it slows down the aging or the death of your cells. So
I love that.
That one probably is one of the treatments that people want, like start feeling like the immediate effect. You want to do it in a more regular basis. But if you're having like headaches, migraines, if you're having like brain fogs, it helps a lot.
I think that's really important to touch on because so many people are struggling with migraine headaches and brain fog, so that's really important or it's nice to have that as an option or consider that modality of therapy if you are struggling with that element.
Yeah, it's super, super good for the body too.
Okay, so the oxygen therapy, and then what was the other thing?
The presotherapy, which is a lymphatic drainage. Okay. So it's like
a suit?
It's like a big suit. People feel like they are going to the moon with the suit. But it's similar to the compression boots. It's like pretty much like technology. By compression, you push all the blood in the legs towards to the heart, and on your arms, always towards to the heart because you want to like kind of bring back the blood flow. And it also activates the lymphatic system because compared to our circulatory system, the lymphatic system doesn't have like a pump
to push it.
So that's why we need the movement. It's so important for us to flush out all the toxins. So this is what it does: activates all the lymph nodes because we have some specific lymph nodes that are like the bigger pumps, I would say, or nodes that helps to when those are active, it helps to flush out all those toxins. So Beautiful. It's a stimulation.
So in this suit, is it like a massage that's in there, or it's just like kind of like squeezing on it like a compression? So it's different than like a lymphatic massage whenever you're trying to like move the lymph.
It's different. Okay. It's just it touches like a specific points.
Okay.
So it like starts squeezing like it has like a specific movement. So it flushes all your body. And the best thing for me is like sometimes like lymphatic drainage, like a massage can be a little bit hard, like even painful. The suit is like pleasant.
It's pleasant. It's a good experience.
Yes, people fall asleep while they're doing it.
That's nice.
Yeah.
I'm thinking of like the compression boots and compression stockings that we used to use in the hospital, like how we hook them up on your legs, and then there's like a little machine that's kind of, for people that are bedridden and stuff like that. That's what I'm thinking of. I'll have to see what.
Yeah, it's basically the same concept. Like. It's basically the same concept, and the reason why they put it in the hospitals is because the lack of movement when you're on the bed,
preventing blood clots.
Yeah, exactly. So you need to, and the fluids are not moving, so that's where you start getting swollen. That same thing that happens when you are in a long flight. You get swollen because of the lack of movement.
You're not moving.
You're not moving, so all the fluids get like stuck.
Yes.
So that's what it does. Either compression boots or the lymphatic drainage.
So two different options.
Two different options. Some people just like wants to do for the boots because they don't have any like issues with the lymphatic drainage in the upper body. But some people really want to do the full lymphatic drainage, especially if they are like doing anything for weight loss. So it helps a lot.
I love that. Okay, so let's talk about, you said a skincare aspect, right?
Yeah, the beauty.
The beauty.
The beauty. So we have the facial rejuvenation. It's called the T-shock because of the thermal shock. Here we use the contrast. We start with the hot, then the cold, and it does the same effect on the skin. Like it contracts the blood vessels, it expands the blood vessels again on your face to like bring fresh blood to your skin.
Right.
And it stimulates the collagen, it tightens the skin, it minimizes
collagen,
the
I'm
wrinkle.
in.
Yeah, and that treatment, let me tell you, it's a must.
I love this.
We have seen many real results. Like I have customers that have told me I don't need to use Botox after this.
Yeah.
And even people who wants the Botox, because I don't judge people. They everyone can do whatever they for them, but they can do like a maintenance, so they don't have to do Botox
it as
too
often.
often.
Anything that can prolong the life expectancy of your Botox. Listen up, ladies. Prolong the expectancy of your Botox with the facial rejuvenation.
Yes.
So the contrast therapy.
The contrast therapy, exactly.
Okay.
So you keep boosting the collagen, and it brings a natural glow. And we do the neck because we cannot.
You can't forget your
the
neck.
I know.
You can't forget the neck.
Yes.
Okay.
It's like super important to make sure this is tight. That we work the double chin.
Yes.
So
Okay.
you have a good look. So yeah, we do face and neck with the contrast, with the hot and cold. We target specific areas like the fine lines. It's natural, but
That's amazing.
yeah. And the other beauty treatment, it's the body sculpting, which is also with hot and cold and electric muscle stimulation.
Is this different than cool sculpting?
Yeah. So the science,
Okay, let's
it's
talk about
the
it.
same. The cold sculpting is the name of the treatment, but the science behind it is cryolipolysis.
Yes.
Which is basically the natural death of the fat cell that cannot survive below zero for a specific period of time. I don't want to go to scientific science, but it's just to explain that it's the same science behind it. It's totally safe for the body. You are not damaging any cells in your body. It's safe. But the technology that we use is different. We don't do like this vacuum effect. No, it's just the static pads, and we protect the skin with the membrane. We gradually reduce the temperature. So it's uncomfortable, but it's not painful. It's pain-free.
So this is freezing those fat cells.
Yes, it's freezing those fat
So
cells.
then your body can break them down.
Yeah, and you get rid through your lymphatic system.
Okay.
And we do the contrast. The hot is a little bit shorter. It's just 3 minutes at the beginning, 3 minutes at the end. But this contrast activates again the collagen in your skin because you want to get also the
elasticity and the tightness, right?
Yeah, and reduce this creepy skin, the texture. So it helps to tighten the skin, to make it look better, even with cellulite, to smooth the cellulite.
So it's good for cellulite?
Yes.
That's a common complaint of so many women. Cellulite. Okay.
And the electric muscle stimulation, which is done at the same time. It's not a separate device. It's one device. Yes.
Okay, so you're like hitting it from different angles here.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you do it at the same time. It's not as intense as because there's some devices that are only electric muscle stimulation.
Yep.
But they're doing it very intense because it's only electric muscle stimulation. This is a little bit less intense, but it works because it is stimulating the muscle all the time. While you're getting hot and cold, it's stimulating the muscle all the time. So it helps to tone the muscle. It's super, super effective.
That's amazing. Okay.
Yeah.
So you have, I want to make sure I'm just recapping all the things. So cryotherapy, the infrared sauna, the halotherapy, that's the salt therapy, the oxygen therapy, your beauty treatments, which is the facial rejuvenation with the contrast.
Yes.
And the body contouring.
Yes. And there's two other modalities of cryotherapy, which is the cryofacial.
Okay.
We do it separate, like our cabin, it's with the head outside, so we do it separately, like in a bath that has a mat with crystals.
Wow.
with infrared, with the electromagnetic field. Does something like we have a small gadgets, I will say,
Like
but
more biohack. This sounds like more
Yeah.
biohackish vibes over here. With is an EMF mat? Is that what you said?
it's a PMF, but low intensity. PMF mat, low intensity. Yeah. So you touch the point. We have a biohacking devices that are for like enhance the like it calms down your body and your mind. So when you're doing the cryofacial, we are doing it in this mat, which is amazing. It's just calms
Really
your body.
grounding and
Yes,
just
it's
kind
grounding, energizing your body. And we do also local cryotherapy for pain relief. That's when you have an injury.
of like a knee pain or a shoulder pain or something. It would just be localized cryo.
It's just localized cryo, and it's super effective. I recommend to people when they have chronic pain.
Okay.
So it's like doing 5 hours of icing in 10 minutes.
So like chronic back pain, or would you say if someone has chronic back pain, would you say get in the cryo chamber or do the localized treatment?
Depends. If the back pain is causing you body pain, because obviously when you have an injury, we put 4 in other parts of our
We're
body.
compensating somewhere else.
Exactly. So the other parts of the body start paining. So if you are having pain somewhere else, yes, you definitely need to go into the cryo chamber. But if you're having like a chronic pain, like too intense in one specific part, I do recommend better to do the localized cryotherapy. And you can combine both. You can do the cryo, and after that, like boost with the local
Like, let's hit this spot again because it's bothering me or whatever.
Yes, exactly.
What about plantar fasciitis? Would you say do localized treatment for that?
Yeah, localized.
Okay.
Localized. So, yeah.
So I love all of the different treatment modalities that you have at the Cove. I feel like I love that you're encompassing like a more holistic approach to healing and rejuvenation. And like you said earlier, these are all really natural elements that we expose our bodies to. And so it's kind of just a way of helping us detox and recover and really repair and just feel so much better. And you have it all under one roof. So that's amazing.
And there is a couple, like probably people don't know because they don't go and look for those specifically, but we do recommend to people do like the brain stimulation therapies. We have a brain tap, which is sound and light.
Okay.
To calm down your brain waves. We have a neural stimulation to create neuroplasticity with light and sound. It's a different type of light.
You said increased neuroplasticity?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, to like kind of exercise your neurons. We have a vagus nerve stimulation with electrical impulses.
Okay, this is like I'm seeing this in reels and stuff on Instagram. You said it was the vagus nerve stimulation. Can you explain that to us?
So the vagus nerve is the healer of the body. It's the nerve that connects the brain with all our organs. And we don't know that sometimes it doesn't work as it should be. So there's so many ways to stimulate it. The cold is one. It actually, when you do cryo, it activates the vagus nerve. A stimulation, this is the one that activates the fight or flight response.
Yes.
Okay. But one of the most direct ways to activate it is with electrical impulses, because that's the way our nervous system works with electrical impulses. Right. So we do have one specific device to stimulate it directly. Okay. Yeah, and it helps to heal the body.
Do you have a patient experience or client experience that really stands out to you from being at the Cove?
Oh, there's so many stories.
What's your favorite?
Because every person comes like with a different pain. So I would say for the different treatments, I can't say one story, but I think I have one customer who has tried everything, pretty much everything, and she said like she really feels like the difference, like how her performance overall she's an attorney. I mean, she's not a
like her everyday life.
In her everyday life, how it changes when she's doing it in a regular basis. She didn't know like the infrared sauna, the benefits, and she ended up loving it. And the beauty treatment, she's like hooked. She comes to do her maintenance. I have had people have people who come like with the pain. They don't know the cryo can help. One time, this old lady came inside the cryo chamber, like she was like not able to walk, and she stepped out of the cryo chamber and she just was like doing, look, I don't have pain anymore. So it was like that was like amazing.
That was like, wow.
But yeah,
really,
like we have like recurring, that's why we have recurring customers, because they have seen how it works and they come to treat themselves. Unfortunately, people sometimes come when when it's late, they already have the chronic pain, or like when
it's kind of already really, it's more in a later stage, is more progressed.
Yes. So sometimes they have to keep coming because it's not going to heal
be as effective if they nipped it in the bud sooner.
Exactly. So they have to keep coming to keep it like in a good shape, like
more
control.
Maintenance.
Yes.
Okay.
But some people haven't had to come back because they're
like they feel amazing.
But we're glad they didn't have to come back, because we don't want anybody to be with pain. But
right.
Yes,
that's awesome. Yeah. What is your favorite treatment at the Cove? You have to pick one.
That's a tough. No, I like the bundles.
The bundles. Okay, so if I'm brand new, I'm coming in, what are you going to tell me? What do I need?
I would recommend you can choose one or one of these two.
Okay.
One is the contrast that we already talked about, which is like it's going to change your day. Okay. Like your life if you start doing it. So we talk about the contrast, and the other one is like the combination between the healing mat, so you're lying in the mat.
Okay.
Then you do a cryofacial. No, you do a brain tap, which is like the sound stimulation, or any of these devices, like the sound therapy, or any of these devices that stimulates your brain based on how is your mood on the day. We recommend one.
Okay.
Then you do the cryofacial, and at the same time, during the whole session, you are doing the compression boots. It's only 30 minutes, and you're doing 4 treatments.
And you're just knocking them all out. I love that.
Yeah.
And I love the efficiency of it too, right? Yeah, because all these different modalities are really just synergistically working together to optimize your results.
Exactly. So that's why I love the bundles.
Okay, bundle life. I'm a bundle life girl too. Yeah. Makes more sense, right?
Yeah. Just one thing, you get happy, but you don't feel like, wow.
We want to take it to that next level and really be like feeling amazing.
Yeah, you want to have that wow effect. And it looked like in only 30 minutes, you did like so much.
30 minutes to get all the different benefits. I mean, that's priceless, right?
Yeah, you can't complain.
No, you can't complain. Okay, Karla, so the name of this podcast is I Need More From You. Okay, so what I need more from you, Karla. So what's next? What do you have next on the agenda?
For Cove?
You in general, Cove, life, whatever it is that you have.
Oh my God, I have
that you want to accomplish.
So I really would like to create more awareness before going bigger.
Okay.
Because when you go bigger, sometimes you lose the control of what you want to do, the quality, and something I don't want to lose because we really care about people. And probably the reason is because I had this close lows that was my parents. And when someone comes to cope with pain, kind of I can feel you. I can feel like it's not easy to live in pain. It's hard not only for you, but for the people who is around you.
Absolutely.
So I really wanted to create more awareness, and I'm going to say this. Maybe some people won't like me.
That's okay.
But I don't want like wellness to be a luxury, because still people feel like this is a luxury. And unfortunately in Miami, all the wellness places are obviously Miami is expensive place, so you need to put like prices that will maintain your business. But the prices are sometimes
outrageous.
Yes.
It's hard to sustain. It's hard to offer something that's sustainable for a lot of people.
And so many people need it. Like
so many people need it. It's not a want or a luxury, like you said, but a need that should be, a part of your lifestyle, really.
Yeah. So that's one thing that I want to now that this full concept because it's been a 3 years journey. Like the first year we operated the way it was, thinking like what's next. Now we are settled in the concept of what we are as this wellness boutique with this holistic approach where we take care of people to help them to be the best version of themselves.
Love that.
And if you're look for Google in the Urban Dictionary, Cove means to be the best.
Really?
Yes.
It does? To be the best?
To be the best.
Okay, I love that.
So we want people to feel good. And you, as mom, know, and I know, that if we're good, we can take care of our people
We can do a lot more things.
a lot more things.
For sure.
So that's what I want next, is to create this awareness. That's why I'm so happy to be here today.
Yes!
Being in my first podcast.
You did amazing, Karla.
Thank you.
I love, you're so genuine, and you can tell that you really care about, your customers and trying to just improve their quality of life. And so I just really appreciate that about you, and, coming on here, sharing all of your knowledge. It's just, I know that so many people can benefit from implementing these different, treatments into their lifestyle to really just take their health to the next level.
Yeah. So the next step is keep working on awareness, education, and then of course things will come up. Like
Absolutely.
if we are going to grow bigger than what we are right now, things will come up, and I trust God on all of those things.
God's plan always.
Yeah. So
And this is a great step for increasing awareness and that educational piece. So you did amazing, Karla. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thanks to you.
And we are going to the Cove because we're going to do a Cove experience. So I'm going to try cryotherapy. This is going to be fun and exciting.
you will love it.
I'm going to love it.
This is at least once in a lifetime experience. Okay?
Yes. Yes. Okay. So stay tuned for that. If you guys like today's episode, subscribe for more. Thank you so much for joining us, Karla.
Thanks so much for the invitation.
Of course.
I appreciate it.
Amazing.
Thank you guys so much for listening today. Subscribe so that you can hear more. This podcast does not establish a patient-provider relationship, nor is it medical advice. If you'd like to see me as a patient, please contact my team so you can thrive.